Have you ever dreamt of the perfect dish? I mean, actually dreamed that you were eating it, savoring each delicious bite until you woke up with a drool-soaked pillow from your food porn-induced wet dream? No? Well, stick around while I attempt to blur the line between dream and reality with today's recipe, seared scallops over sea beans. But first, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsor, Melissa's Produce. When you order from melissas.com, it always feels like Christmas the day the shipment arrives. You'll get the freshest, most beautiful produce handpicked from around the world and never have to worry about getting a boring old pair of socks. Melissa's. It's better than Christmas. And now back to our show. Let's start by halving, cleaning, and slicing a kabocha squash into crescents, and then arranging them in a deep skillet skin side up like so. Then we're going to add 2 cups of water and bring it to a boil. Once boiling, we're going to add 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons teriyaki or unagi sauce. Then we're going to cover and reduce the heat to simmer for 15 minutes. When finished, line them on a cookie sheet and set them aside while we move on to the chili crisp. Oh yeah, if you've never had chili crisp, you're missing out. It's quickly become one of the most popular condiments today, and for good reason. The smoky, complex flavor of the oil and the crispy goodness of the chilies and garlic beg to be drizzled on just about everything, and that's exactly what we're going to do with our scallops today. For the full recipe of this amazing dish, check the description, and don't forget to click like and subscribe so you can watch all our videos and soon become a legend in your own kitchen. We're slowly toasting all of our ingredients, and I just added a teaspoon of smoked paprika, which will lend smokiness and color. I'll say it again, slowly toasting. If you're doing it right, it could take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. Don't be a 2-minute Mikey and finish prematurely. We want that golden brown crispiness, so slow it down, just like that. And finally, we're going to pour everything into a heat-proof container over our dried chili flakes. You might want to wear eye protection when doing this. Now it's time for the sea beans. After rinsing and draining, we're going to saute them in a tablespoon of sesame oil. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of rice wine vinegar and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and that's all they need. It doesn't take long to cook this crisp, naturally salty vegetable. A few minutes is all. And the acids in the vinegar and lemon juice help to create the perfect balance of flavor. Few things are more beautiful than fresh sea scallops. These beauties are so sweet they need very little seasoning and little to no cooking in my opinion. So we're just going to hit them with a little sea salt and fresh pepper. Next, we're going to heat up 1 tablespoon of sesame oil and 1 tablespoon of butter. And just before we sear the scallops, we're going to toast a teaspoon of sesame seeds to add even more flavor. You want to lay the scallops into a very hot pan for just a minute or so on each side. The trick is to not overcook them so as to preserve the delicate texture and flavor. It's a technique that I like to call hit it and quit it. If I told you that there are certain foods that can trigger a physiologic response similar to certain acts too inappropriate to mention on a YouTube cooking show, would you believe it? Well, you should. Because when you take that first bite of that sweet, tender Japanese pumpkin, and that crispy chili oil drizzled all over the scallops and sea beans, your eyes are going to roll back with pleasure, and you'll probably think you're dreaming. But why dream it when you can live it? Set aside one special evening, put some Marvin Gaye on the Spotify, dim the lights, follow the recipe in the description, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We'd like to hear your experiences in the comments, but remember, keep it G. And as always, thanks for watching.